Okay, we're back. Luckily, I hadn't gone too deep into anything there before that cut off, but we're gonna start again, giving it a minute for anybody who's joining to drop in, or anyone who was on the last live with me to drop in. And if you're here and you're on the replay, let me know. Sadie, hello. So the last, something happened there with my connection on the last one. And I've really set the intention that the right people come across this message. And so if you're here, it's because you're meant to be here. Whether you come back, you watch the replay, it doesn't matter when you catch this, transmission. But there's a deeper message. How are you, Sadie? Let me know where you're dropping in from. Is it your Friday morning or is it your Thursday evening? The type of person that has come across this message, I know that you've alchemized things. I know you've moved beyond things. I know that you're standing in your power, and it's showing me this like greater level of trust, this greater level of depth, this greater level. Like you already know that you're here with a mission. You already know that you've unlocked things within you. And it's like Utah and it's the evening. Amazing. You already know that you're here for big things. I don't need to, like, it's funny. It's like sometimes I feel like there's a reminder that I need to give people. And maybe if so, this is your reminder that you're here for big things. I don't need to go too into the depths of it. I feel like you know. I feel like you wouldn't be in my space, in my world, if you didn't already know that you were here for big things. If you didn't know, and you know what's coming through is, that movie, oh my God, what's it called? Will Ferrell is in it, and he's like, I'm kind of a big deal. That's pretty much it. That's much the vibe of this collective. I'm kind of a big deal, but it's not coming from this egotistical place. It's coming from this place of center, a place of truth, of knowing that you were created in the image and likeness of God. That of course, that when you move through things and you heal things within yourself, that you get to bring that wisdom and those codes to the collective, to those who you're here to serve. First and foremost, it always starts with self. But then as you unlock things and as you move through life and you learn more and more and more, and I don't mean learn in the sense of book learn, I mean in the sense of learn through experiences and through contrasting experiences, so that you're led and guided onto the path. Like the path is always right, but it's like so that you're led and guided to that bigger vision that you have for yourself. So this gold that is within you, there's freaking so much more gold within you. But do we need to go delving down into the depths of pain each time we unlock this gold? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that's how Gold from the Goddess was formed. Was literally from energetic transmissions that have come through me from, I want to say about 6 months ago, the first time I went to Kundalini activation. I remember having dreams straight away afterward where Kundalini was showing me this gold within my sacral center. The gold within the womb space of like creation itself, of you getting to create the life that you came here to create, you getting to create the abundance that you want, you getting to create the impact that you want, you getting to create whatever the hell it is that you want, insert whatever here. And like after that, I was like, oh wow, there's so much to it. Like there was so much beauty in it. It was like, the day before I was having downloads of love and abundance been the same thing. And God, the divinity within, is the direct channel there. But it's all within you. And then when I arrived back in Bali this time, a couple of weeks ago, all of these ancient Egyptian codes came online for me fully. They had been coming online for me for a few years. I have been connecting with Egyptian gods and goddesses for a while, but it was this deeper sense of, holy shit, the access that we have to all, because all is creation, all is one. It's not separate. We can think that we're because a lot of people used to come to me and they used to be like, am I connecting to an ancestor, or is it a past life, or is it this, is it that? And it's like, it doesn't matter what you're connecting to. Yes, make sure it's a being of love and light, but it's like, you don't need to be concerned that it's some God, some big deity, because it's all one. It's all within you. So anything that's been connecting with you is an aspect of self. It's not separate. So it's like when we're getting these activations and getting these, whether you're consciously aware of them or not, whether you realize where they're coming from, it's coming from self, the God, the goddess within you. And so the reason why I'm inviting people into, and I'll get more into the transmission, but I feel like it's important. I feel like I'm being called to weave in a lot of what we're going to be doing inside of Gold from the Goddess in here to give a deeper understanding of what it is and who this is for. So when I created Gold from the Goddess, it was channeled through me. I think it could have been, I can't remember whether the name came through just on a random day or but a lot more came through one day. I was getting a massage and it was just like, the gold. I was hearing these, like, the gold in the temple is the gold within your heart. And it was like, this was just landing so fully within my body. It was just kind of like, yes, whether you're looking for external abundance or whether you're looking for an abundance of fulfillment, an abundance of this feeling inside of you, it is within you. It is within you and it is ready to be called forth, a deeper unlocking. So whether this transmission is the deeper unlocking for you or whether you choose to come into Gold from the Goddess, whatever you choose is absolutely up to you. So this unlocking that's been called forth is this part of you that doesn't need to go to the depths. And I'm big into inner alchemy, like of going to the depths of our pain to move beyond things. But it's almost like there is this deeper calling forward of these codes that are already within you. What happened to me when I received these activations from the gods and the goddesses within me, or the Egyptian goddesses, however we want to say it, was this pure solidification, this pure truth frequency of self. Self comes first, and then the knowing of who I'm here to serve. But I can't serve people unless I go to self first. Be the selfish person and go to self first. So where are you going outside of yourself, thinking that it's first about the clients, thinking that it's first about your family, thinking that it's first about all of these other things? Because first it starts with self. And from that place, you get to move in your truth towards all that's in alignment to you. Because when we're in that truth frequency, the frequency of unconditional love, what does the feminine want to do, whether you're man or woman? The feminine within you wants to overflow from that place. So the goal that's within you, whether that's creating a new offer, whether that's creating the podcast or the book, whether that's creating the retreat, whatever it is that you're creating, it comes from within. The content comes from within. I didn't realize I was going to go live this morning, and all of a sudden, like, I was like, I just want to look at the sales page from Gold from the Goddess, because something came in yesterday that I was like, I just don't like that one sentence in there. Because I had put it in, all my sales pages are channeled, but it was one line that I had put in at the end, and I was like, let's take that out, right? And I literally was like, on the sales page, and I was like, this is just so much excitement within me, so much aliveness within me, that I want to speak more to this offering for those that it's here to serve. Is this offering for everyone? And are your offers for everyone? No, they're freaking not. They're not for everyone. My offers are for those that are ready for the offers, those that are ready for it. And I got this, it was so clear to me, crystal clear, that when I created Gold for the Goddess, that it was not for somebody that's like curious about what's an activation. It was not somebody that's wondering, am I here for big things? It's somebody that's solidified within self, that knows she's freaking here for big things. That freaking knows. And yes, you may have doubt. It's okay to have the doubt. But somewhere within the cell of your being, you know you're freaking here for big things. What those big things are completely up to you. Completely up to you. You get to choose. But I know that if you've come across it, you have this desire to serve. And you may have this desire. I feel like many of you are doing it already, whether that's in service to your family, in service to your friends, in service to your clients, in service to whoever it is. But first and foremost, this gold is always coming from within you. When you come from this place of like the gold is within me and I access the gold and the truth within me, what happens from there is this outpouring out onto the world, this outpouring, and me not having to outpour from a place of depletion, but me outpouring from this place of the fact that the gold gets to magnetize the people that it's here to magnetize, the people that it's here to be in resonance with. No longer are the medicine women called to speak down to people. It is, can you speak to people in their power? Can you see them as the God and the goddess that they are? Can you see the divinity in all things, in all people? So you have the goddess within you. You have the gold within you. When you come to this truth of the realization and the solidification within self, the other people will see it within you. You don't need to have to show up from a place of pushing, a place of forcing. Let the gold frickin' do its thing. And what I see this as, it's like this direct channel, and I don't know why it's for some reason coming from the third eye, this direct channel from the third eye to source consciousness, to the divinity. And there is no separation from you and the goddess. There is absolutely no separation. What actually creates the separation is this, the mind, when we go into, but what if I'm not good enough? But what if people don't like me? But what if people don't get this offer? But maybe I need to show up one more time to tell them about this thing. But maybe I need to fix this. Maybe I need to do this. Maybe when I heal this thing, that then the people will come. None of that matters. You get to move with life. Yes, things will get to come up to be healed. Things get to come up to be healed. But you don't need to go down the rabbit hole of like looking for the problems. Life will show you what needs to be looked at. Life is here to support you. But right now, for the goddess that's ready to move, for the goddess that's ready to know that she's freaking enough, no matter whether you're already creating massive abundance within your business and you're just ready to go to the next level, or you're looking for that feeling of fulfillment within you, that is there within you. And I am telling you, when these codes came online for me, it was literally like, it's so hard to explain codes and wisdom. It's so hard to explain it because it's almost like this clicking into place. And once you see it and feel it, you can't unfeel it. You freaking can't. So this was the gold that came channeled through me, from gold from the goddess, what was channeled through, and what we're going to be doing inside of gold for the goddess, from the goddess, because it's not from my goddess, it's from your goddess. Yes. How my activations work is my activations meet you at a soul level. They're not meditations, they're literally activations within your body. The way that things have been encoded within you, we're calling that forward, we're calling it to the forefront. So it's almost what it's showing me now. It's like a dusting off, like if you can't see something, it's like a detective going in and dusting off something and they can actually see the truth. So this is what my activations bring forward. It's like the truth frequency. But the amazing thing is that you get to do it for yourself. And when these codes come online, I see that people will be bringing these codes and these wisdom into business. So when I got them from ancient Egypt, it was literally this like cellular DNA, this like clearing of my channel to come through. So the first one, as I mentioned the womb, the creation center. We're going to be going deep into the womb center. We're going to be going deep into creation itself, seeing the abundance. The womb center is like, when I feel into the womb center, it is the portal to the divine. It is literally, we can use anything as a portal to the divine, but literally the womb, it's like where creation, where everything exists and nothing exists all at once. So it feels like this is going to get deeply, deeply activated, a stirring. What the word is coming through is like a stirring in your creation center to bring those creations forward. And it's so funny because as I say that, I can hear that there's creations that you have in your mind, been all about truth frequency. Amazing. Love it, Sadie. There's these creations that are within your mind, but it's so funny because I feel like the ones that your mind has are not even like a blip on the freaking radar of what life has in store for you. Because we can only kind of like think into what I'm consciously aware that what might be possible for me, but it feels like when we get into the creation center and you're connecting to that goddess within you, there's going to be so many more things that come online and get to come online for you. So the gold that's created there. Then we move into the power portal. So I deeply was connected to, so it's given me a vibe of when we get into the creation center that it's a lot of like Kali energy, a lot of divine feminine energy. And then it was interesting when we went into the power center, the solar plexus, what we're actually magnetizing here is some masculine energy. And it's funny because when we think to the goddess, we think, oh, it's just feminine energy. But we're doing this from a place of union, a place of unity. We have both masculine and feminine energy within us. And the only way that we can like move correctly in alignment with our divine feminine is if we're balancing out the masculine as well. So this power center freaking magnetizes everything. So I was deeply connected with Ra, the god of the sun. And if you've read The Law of One, like you'll freaking know. And I'm getting like goosebumps all over me. I put my hands on my legs and I'm like goosebumps. I'm going to turn off the aircon though as well. But I feel like it was like literally like Ra. Ra, like the sun, the power center that you are, magnetizing all that you're here to magnetize, doing it from a place of your power center, not going outside of yourself, but coming fully within, deeper and deeper within, from this place of power, from this place of truth, not having to access anything outside of you. But this is the field of potentiality. This is the field where all lies, where infinite potentiality. And it's a ring, it's a circle. And the circle always reminds me, it's a gold ring. The circle always, oh, just fucking chills all over me. The circle just reminds me of unity and oneness and all that is. And like this power center is like for you to be reminded of the goddess that you are. And I'm saying this with like emotion, like not out of sadness, but this emotion of truth, of this frequency of freaking power that you hold, of limitless potentiality. It knows no bounds. It's almost like this gold ring that's within you. It's almost like this circle of infinity, this circle of divinity. It's like there is no separation. You and your truth, you and your power. You don't need to get anybody, or you don't need anybody to get you. You don't need anybody to buy your things. You don't need anybody to freaking tell you what you're doing is amazing. This power center, like this is where like people fall down. When I work with people, and I myself have fallen into this trap, this is where people fall down, is when they don't hold their personal power in that truth of who they are and who they came here to be. When they collapse, when nobody shows up on day one in their launch, when they collapse, when nobody listens to their podcast or nobody likes their thing. And it's so funny because as I say, nobody likes their thing or nobody listens. It's like, you don't know. You don't know what's happening in the energetic realms. You don't know what's happening underneath the surface. The amount of times that people have bought with me and I have not seen their name before, perhaps I've seen their name, but they've never engaged with me, never interacted with me. The people don't need to be liking all your things or commenting or engaging. I typically don't engage too much when I'm going to purchase something. I'm like sitting, ruminating, being like, oh, is this right for me? Does this feel expansive? Do I feel turned on by this offer? Is it going to expand me? I'm having those things happen in my own mind, in my own body, but I'm not reaching out to the mentor or the coach or the healer to be like, oh, tell me a bit more about this. Can, and I welcome that. I always welcome people to check in with me to see, because I will tell somebody from a place of truth if something is right for them or not. I will not bring somebody into a space if I don't feel like it's right for them. But it's like, I'm not the type of buyer. Some people are those type of buyers. All types of buyers get to exist. But your buyer doesn't need to buy in the same way you buy. But it's like, I'm the type of buyer that's like, oh my goodness. And I go on the sales page a few times and I'm like, ooh. And there's this feeling of turn on within me. My yoni is speaking to me and it's like, ooh, buy it. But sometimes there's a place of fear. Oh my goodness. And like all the money things come up. And do I have time? And all of these things. Is this right for me? All of those things, they get to coexist. But the deeper truth is feeling that within my body, the pull to it. And that is the pure magnetism that we get to hold in our personal power. This place of center. This place of center. So we're activating that. We're calling forth the gold that's already within you. The sun. The sun energy. What the frick does the sun do? The sun shines and is illuminating. It's just illuminating. It doesn't really care if the clouds block it. Doesn't care if anything blocks it. It still can burn you through the clouds. doesn't care. It just is. Can you be that powerful force that you truly are? Just is. Not needing to do anything else but be that shining bright light that you are. Because when you do, you are radiant to all. Not when you're trying to like put in, clouds are coming through again, put in all the clouds and almost like dampen your truth frequency. The third activation then is the connection portal. This is the heart center where we're going into the gold within your heart to bring it forward so that you can not only have yourself dripped in gold, but the offers that you create, the content that you create, to have everything that you create coming from this heart center, from already the creation portal been activated, and also this power portal. Everything is coming up, like everything is coming this way. The ascension, the way through ascension is up. It's coming up. And when we get to this heart center, it's not only like just the connection with the heart, there's also a piece of connection around the throat so that it can be expressed through you. All of this gold is freaking magnetizing. And it's interesting. I was in an activation the other day, and it felt like this strangling. I felt like I was being strangled. And I was like, it's not me in this life. It didn't feel like me in past lives. And what I got from it was a collective wounding of the feminine, of where we've been strangled. We've been so repressed from being too much to not enough, too sexy to not sexy enough, dressing sexy, oh, you're not sexy enough, too skinny to too fat. Like, I mean, the pressure that has been put on us. Like, I remember in school, I was too skinny. People would call me like skinny, to like getting slagged for being too skinny. And like all of a sudden, freshman 15 came in when I went to university, all the things, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, you're too big. I'm like, where did the middle ground? It didn't feel like there was a middle ground of the weight piling up or anything like that. It was just literally like, you're too skinny, to, oh, you need to lose some weight. Like, it was like all this like stifling of feminine energy of being like, you're too this, you're too that. Never enough, like never just in the center. And it's like when we unlock this and when it cleared this spaciousness, it allowed all of this divine channeling from creation itself to come up through me and be expressed out onto the world. So that's what we're going to be doing in the third activation. Is it's connection, but we're connecting everything that has gone before and for it to be expressed out to the world. It's going to be freaking magnetizing, because you, my dear, are freaking magnetizing. Not because of something that you did, or not because of anything, but because that's who you are. This gold is encoded within you from ancestral lineage, from the goddess that you are, from the ancient lives that you've lived before, from your starseed origins, from everything. And this is like a culmination, a bringing together of your truth so that you can fully be who you're meant to be here and bring this to the world. But I'll always start with self first. I can tell you that this will create an impact in your business, but it's almost like as I'm delivering these messages, it's almost like Spirit's just like that just doesn't even matter. This is so much deeper than that. This is a sense of who you truly are, and this is a solidification within yourself. Everything else that comes from it and the external is a freaking byproduct. So, do I have anything else? So, Gold from the Goddess is €888. We will be starting the week after next, so week commencing the 24th of February. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I actually didn't put the link in my bio yet, so if you want the link, comment gold below, because the sales page is a freaking transmission in itself, to just feel it, to feel the gold from it. I might actually put the link into my bio later on, but if you want the link now, just drop it in here, remind me. What else do I want to say to anybody coming across this live, or you here that's with me, Sadie? It's almost like there's this, oh, wow, interesting. I feel this almost like this tension here. It's this contraction coming in, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, but it's almost like this, like, who am I to do this? Who am I, like, to call myself the goddess? Who am I to Like, it's almost like this smaller part of you comes forward at times. It's almost like what it shows me is like that you get on this, you get into this place of like, yes, I'm doing it. I'm killing it at life. I know what I'm here for. And then it's like it gets shrunk down. Every now and again, it gets shrunk down. And it's like, ooh, can you keep coming back to your truth? Can you keep coming back to your truth? Can you keep coming back to what you know to be true? Because you know you're the freaking goddess. You know that you're created in the image and likeness of God. You know that you're unconditional love. But at times when the ego comes in and tells you otherwise, it's not to shame the ego, because what I see happening so often is what we can do from that place is almost like, I shouldn't be thinking that. I know that I need to get back into the truth. And it's like ego fighting with ego. And it's like, can I allow myself to just surrender to those thoughts and just be like, okay, it's just another thought. Okay, it's just another thought. And almost like soften. And as soon as I say that, like, it's kind of like there's this tenderness that comes into the heart space. And it's like this tenderness that comes into the heart space. It's almost like it still feels like vulnerable. Like it still feels like, ooh, who am I to do this? But it's like when you sit with that vulnerability and you just allow it to be, then it can just be transmuted. It can allow yourself to lift. And this is really what Gold from the Goddess is. It's about this lifting frequency. When you think of the goddess, when I went into the temple with one of the goddesses, they showed me this like goddess who was like 7 foot tall, a 7 foot tall goddess. And it was just kind of like, whoa, that is like the truth of who you are. You think that you're this small, insignificant human walking around, but you've so much power and potential within you. Can you allow that to shine through? Can you know that when we dust off everything, when we dust off the distortions, when we dust off the illusions, the truth of who you are is what magnetizes everything that you want into your life? Can you be so fully willing to trust that who you are is enough, that what you're here to do is enough, that you don't need to do more to be more? You get to follow the soul nudges in trusting that I go where I'm led, and I don't try and have it all figured out. I don't try and figure out from my mind what I'm going to do later on tonight, what I'm going to do next week, what I'm going to do next year. And I don't mean we don't plan. Of course we get to plan, but it's like, can you plan from a level of excitement? Can you plan from a level, oh, it's interesting. It's so interesting what came through there. And you can let me know if you're trying to plan something, because what came through there was like similar to that message that I gave earlier on, but it was almost like, you can plan, but can you hold your plans so loosely? Because what's coming in for you, like it's almost like we need to be able to have these loose plans so that you can flow with life. Because when you're planning, the typical thing for the logical mind to do is like create this like structure. And there's nothing wrong with structure. There's beautiful things about structure, but it's almost like what it's showing me is building fences instead of walls. Like, can you allow, so a fence, it's easier to take down a fence than take down a wall. So it's like, can you allow yourself to be more fluid in how you're planning things? Can you allow yourself spaciousness that, say if you go into a launch and if you've like planned out rigidly, this is what I'm going to do this day, this is what I'm going to do this day, this is what I'm going to do this day. And if you get divine inspiration to act in a different way, that you trust that. We've been so conditioned to think that somebody else knows the way that we do it. I did so many launch courses and with spiritual or energetic people, but I still got my mind conditioned to be like, this is the right way to do it, and I have to do it this way, and I have to say this thing. And it's like, no, can you trust so much that your frequency is the thing that calls your people forward? Okay, I'm feeling like that is it for the transmission. If you want to join me inside Gold from the Goddess, this is my invitation for you. If you're ready, you will feel it. Allow yourself to feel it with your body, feel it with your soul. What I do invite you to do, if you've watched it to the end of the transmission, is I invite you to jump on the page where I speak more of Gold to the Goddess and allow you to feel the frequency of it and see whether it's a good fit for you or not. But not see from the mind, see from your body. You're so welcome, Sadie. I'm sending you love. I hope you have a fabulous night. And for the rest of you that are more in my time zone, have a fabulous day. And and I will see you all very soon.